That brings us to the next question. Did Moses write the Torah? The Torah that we have in our hands. Now we know that Allah revealed the Torah to Moses, and it was 100% correct when it was revealed to the Prophet Moses, peace and blessings be upon him. But the Torah that we have right now, that it is claimed to be 4,000 years old, is it actually written by Moses or not? We will find many mistakes while we are actually reading these books. Some historical mistakes, and some other mistakes. So I will give you some examples. The kings of Edom in Genesis 36 exist after the death of Moses. So if Moses was the one to write the Torah, how did he know the names of these kings? There's no way. I'm sure there was somebody else who wrote them way after Moses. Second, Moses is mentioned as a third person, because if Moses was the one to write these books, he would say, I did that, I did this, right? We will see like the Lord has spoken to Moses many times. So was Moses speaking about himself? Was he writing about himself as a third person? There is no way. Third, the Hebrew manuscripts mention vocabularies and phrases that were not used at the time of Moses, but they were used hundreds of years after Moses. As I mentioned before, that after the burn of the first temple around like 600 BC, for 200 years there were no manuscripts, but then the priests started writing these manuscripts again and rewriting them from their own memory and from their own memorization. So did they actually write the correct thing or not? Fourth, Deuteronomy mentions the death of Moses. So if Moses actually the one to write Deuteronomy, how could he write about his own death? Just a question. Fifth, the manuscripts mention the Palestinians at the time of Abraham. However, they didn't enter Canaan until after the era of Moses, around 1200 BC. Because the Palestinians were not exist at the time of Abraham. They were like hundreds of years after him, about 800 years after. Sixth, Genesis 36:31, where the book says, now these are the kings who reigned in the land of Edom before any king reigned over the sons of Israel. So how did they know about the names of these kings before the people of Israel? People of Israel did not actually enter Israel or Palestine or Canaan until after the death of Moses, when the prophet Joshua actually led them into the land. But then we see that this book talk about these kings that they reigned after the entrance of the Israelites into the land. That means whoever wrote that book could not be Moses, peace be upon him, but someone who lived hundreds of years after Moses.